The Roaring Twenties are moving fast. Calvin Coolidge lit the first national Christmas tree, and Hollywood got its famous sign. It's 1923. In Honeyville, Utah, Leon D. Gardner and his wife Annie Madsen Gardner started the Gardner Dairy Farm.
My father was Leon Dewey Gardner, and my father was in World War I. My mother was Annie Madsen Gardner. My parents saved all their money to buy registered Holstein cows to get the dairy business, and my father was very successful. He showed his animals all over the United States, Holstein Friesian registered cows.
The most wonderful event of 1923 happened on November 6th, when Barbara Rose Gardner was born to the delight of her mom and dad and her older sister, Jean.
I was born at home, lived on a 400-acre dairy farm. So I had an older sister, 2 years older than me. She worked outside too in the fields. My mother did too. And then they'd quit about an hour before and go in the house and fix our lunch. And then we'd all have a nap together. Then we'd go back out. That's where I was born and raised. I had 4 brothers after that.
As little Barbara was growing up, she became an accomplished horsewoman, often beating the boys in quarter horse races, and she learned how to drive a team on a wagon.
And I rode horses like crazy. I just loved hearing the people from Honeyville said, You've helped every kid break a horse. I always just loved working outside. I was always sent with the horses to pick up a piece of machinery and bring it to our farm and then return it. That's what I did all my life. So everything that we ate, my mother made, and the candy we ate, my dad, he made root beer and bottled it. We were really self-sufficient at our home. We never knew there was a depression. We always had enough to eat. We played games at home. TV wasn't there. We listened to a radio. I went to elementary school at Honeyville School. In the wintertime, took us in a sleigh, driven by horses. We went in the sleigh. On Christmas, usually there was a great big sack of, well, I call them the worst chocolates. They really didn't taste very good, but there was a whole big sack full. My 4 brothers would eat all the chocolates, and there was a whole big sack full of nuts that had to be cracked. That was our Christmas, and usually there was a present for each person. And this one Christmas, a pair of chaps that the cowboys would wear. I was so happy with that present. So I remember that Christmas very, very well. Crystal Springs, they didn't let us go down there. It would cost money. I knew there was things to buy down there, and I went and stole a dollar from this drawer, and I went down to Crystal Springs and spent it all. And I can still remember the spanking I got. That made an honest person of me. I never forgot it. Yeah. My parents always saw that we go to Peach Days in Brigham City, that my dad would take us down, and I remember once he gave us each a quarter to spend. My sister took 15 cents back to my dad and said I just needed a dime, and I spent the whole quarter. I guess I must have enjoyed everything I bought, so they teased me about that at Box Elder High School in Brigham City. That was 12 miles, and we went by bus. Basketball, the court was in 3 sections, and you couldn't go out of your section. If you were under the basket, that's where you stayed. In the middle, you just passed the ball, eventually changed it to to half court. We could go half, and then eventually, before I graduated from high school, we could run the full court. Once in a while, we would stay after school, and all of us go to a movie together in Brigham.
During her high school years, she enjoyed swimming at Crystal Springs, Brigham Peach Days, and movies at the Capitol Theater in Brigham City. Barbara graduated from Box Elder High School in 1941.
When I graduated from Box Elder High School, then my mother said, "Your sister lives in Salt Lake City, and she has a job down there, sewing machine operator in a factory down in Salt Lake. You're going to go and live with her." I think I lasted 3 days, and I went home so homesick I thought I was going to die. I didn't want to do that. I still wanted to work outside. I still wanted to milk cows, and I just did not want to do that. Because I had worked on the farm all the time, I just stayed there and worked.
Of course, there was the twice daily cow milking and chores around the farm, feeding cows, pigs, horses, chickens, and casing eggs.
I always loved to work outside, having one daughter and then another daughter, and having all that acreage and cows to milk and cows to feed and horses to feed. My dad grew sugar beets, and he grew grain, and he grew hay, and he grew everything. We were always working. Potatoes. I worked outside from the time I can remember, and I have just loved it, and I still love it.
The stock market crashed in 1929, age 6. The Hoover Dam was finished, age 14, and Pearl Harbor was bombed, age 18.
My brother Boyd came running out of the house and said, "Pearl Harbor has been bombed. They have declared war. We are at war." And we were all sick about it, just sick about it. Nothing easy about wartime.
1942 found her working in the Ogden Arsenal, where she was an explosives operator.
Worked at the Ogden Arsenal from May of 1942 until June of 1946. We made 37 millimeter shells. I drove a panel truck. I picked up the ladies. We all had to wear blue coveralls and hard-toed shoes.
She played on the Arsenal basketball and softball teams and was a very good pitcher.
Swimming, we had a softball team. We would go up to Brigham and up to Tremont and play softball, but I think that was most of my life, wasn't it, Ann?
Yeah, a lot of softball, basketball, you played that too.
In the 1990s, she was inducted into the Utah Softball Hall of Fame.
The Arsenal gals win an easy game. Ogden Arsenal girls softballers walloped Hillfield Wax 13-1 at Hillfield. Gardner and Wiggle, I was the pitcher, she was the catcher, formed the winning battery. Gardner struck out 10.
Wow! She's good softball.
Yeah. Our fun was playing sports, I guess. I used all of my leave, most of it. I would go back home and work on the farm and help them when they were digging sugar beets or putting up hay or bundles of grain or whatever. I have done all that. I have worked all that.
In 1944, she took a trip to Los Angeles with her friend Elma Avondet. I met Michael, who was working in LA at a war-deferred job.
We saw everything of Hollywood and Los Angeles there was to see. We stayed the full month and had a wonderful time.
During the month in LA, Michael showed them around and fell in love with Barbara. So much that he quit his war-deferred job and headed to Ogden to court her.
Elma's brother appeared at my doorstep. He had quit his job. Because he did that, he was immediately drafted. We got married, but he had to go overseas.
And they were married June 25th in Honeyville, Utah. Their honeymoon was spent in Fort Ord, California.
All these soldiers on these ships, all in there. Our squadron barber has gone home. Is there anybody that can cut hair? My husband said he could, but he couldn't. He did, and he was an excellent barber. He was an excellent barber.
Mike was dropped off in Leyte, Philippines, and spent time in Guam and Hawaii before getting back home to his beloved Barbara.
I just seems like helping all the time, and it was me. Took care of my mother, and then my 4 brothers were 12, 14, 16, and 18. And my mother died.
In 1946, Barbara's mom, Annie Gardner, died, and Barbara quit her job at the Arsenal and moved back to Honeyville to care for her younger brothers. Mike joined her later that year.
And the reason that I quit at the Arsenal is when my mother died, and there was these 4 boys, 12, 14, 16, 18. I went home and took care of them.
Okay.
In October 1947, Mike and Barbara welcomed their first child, a son. Roy graduated from Ogden High and heading to Hong Kong on his mission. Roy marries Marilyn Pratt on August 25, 1971, graduates from BYU, and starts his career with Haskins & Sells in San Francisco, California. Barbara was actively involved in all of her children's growing up, teaching them how to dribble, throw, and catch a baseball, and all the mom things through scouting, camping, and other activities. They built a home in Ogden on Madison Avenue, then in 1951 welcomed their second son, Alan, on December 9th. Alan graduates from Ogden High in 1970 and serves his mission in Japan. He graduates from BYU and marries Callie Ann Sharp on April 22nd, 1975. He receives his Doctor of Medicine degree from the University of Utah. Also, throughout the coming years, she formed many enduring friendships and enjoyed vacations and other activities with her friends and their families. She also has served in many church callings in the 28th Ward and the South Ogden State. They finally got their wish for a daughter on January 27, 1957. Ann graduates from Ogden High, graduates from Weber State College, where she lettered in 3 sports: volleyball, basketball, and softball.
Well, my daughter excelled at basketball for Ogden High, Junior High, Ogden High, Weber State University, all of them.
Ann receives her master's degree from BYU, teaches English and coaches at Davis High School, and on June 3, 1983, she marries Brian Gilbert. Barbara and Mike build a home on the Avondet property at 1358 East, 4600 South, where she still resides. She now lives in the Forest Green Ward of the Weber Heights estate. Grandchildren begin to come. Barbara and Mike celebrate their 50th wedding anniversary in 1995 with the summer get-together at their home with all the family. In Barbara's life circle, Barbara begins working at the Moore Nursery and Floral. Great-grandchildren begin to appear. On her 80th birthday, November 6, 2003, Barbara received 80 red roses at the center court right here at the D Event Center at the Weber State game. She received the Purple Paw Award from Weber State University Alumni Association. Barbara has coronary bypass surgery in 2010, and despite being initially very angry with Alan for recommending and Roy for permitting the surgery, finds new vigor to continue her bowling and golf league play for another 7 years until she hangs up her golf bag and bowling shoes in 2017 at age 94. Then on August 26, 2023, Barbara and Mike's descendants, the Hardy ones, summit Mount Ogden in commemoration of Barbara's climbs with Mike and his sisters. Which brings us to today and our celebration of Barbara's 100 years, which she will mark on November 6th. Her 3 children, their spouses, her 17 grandchildren, and 44 great-grandchildren love her and honor her today. Thank you all for being here to celebrate her beautiful life.